In this lesson, we are going to learn how to create a bar plot. In our last lesson, we created this summary statistics table. Now, in this lecture, what we are going to do is convert part of this table into a bar plot or a bar graph. So we'll only focus on one outcome here. So let's say we will work with the weighted average financial well-being score. So rather than presenting this part of the table in a table, we are gonna present it in a bar plot. So that's the plan. First, let's load a package called ggplot2, which will be our main package for data visualization, and this package has been loaded. Next, create a comment, and I already did it, creating a bar plot. After that, we're gonna use a function called ggplot, and then inside that function, first thing you do is type the name of the data frame that you'll be using, and in our case this will be sum stat tab, so just this data frame that we are working with. Next, we have to use a function called AES, which is aesthetic mappings, and inside that we have to enter x equals gen small house. So x is basically the variable which has the categories. So here the variable which has categories is gen small house. This has the 4 categories. You can think of it as the independent variable in this particular context. And then you have to type y equals average FWB score weighted. Next, we put a plus sign, and then we use another function called geom_bar, and inside geom_bar we have to type stat equals then quotation identity. So if I do this much and select this code and then click run, so this will create our very basic bar plot. So we just converted the table to a bar plot. So we can make certain changes. So personally, I prefer bar plots that are kind of flipped. So let's do that. So to do that, I just use a plus, and then I use coord underscore flip. So if I select this and click run, this flips the graph. So this is how I like to present my bar plots, but you could also do the original one that we got. Another thing that we would like to do is change the levels of this x-axis and the y-axis. So let's do that using the labs function. So plus labs, and then you put x equals. So the x equals would be the group here. So just quotation mark group, and then y equals whatever the y was. In this case, it was average financial well-being score, financial well-being score. And then I select this and click run. This will change the levels of the axis. So in this case, you can actually skip this group labeling because it's obvious. This is self-explanatory, the 4 categories. So you can just leave it as a blank. So this will just eliminate that label like it did here. So we don't have that group anymore. Another thing that I'd like to do here is change the theme. So the default theme that we get out of this ggplot2, I don't like it that much. So I would prefer something simpler. So how can we get it? So we can use a theme called theme light. So we can just put this plus sign one more time, and below we can type theme light, and then we can select this and click run. So this kind of makes it a lighter graph. And this is how I want to present my bar plot.